Thanks so much and welcome back. I want to have a brief check-in here about moving away from toxic relationships. Um, Really, it was someone sent me a note and it prompted this video. And in the note, she went on to describe a friend, and I use the term friend very loosely, who several times over had, done little things that were, it wasn't like an earthquake or earth shattering, but just neglecting to respond to certain inquiries, requests, chronically, even when asked to show up on time at special events, showing up an hour or two late. Simple things, making slick, unnecessary comments, just a series of events that would lead any rational person to conclude you're not dealing with a person who generally has your best interests at heart. And the woman was conflicted because she said, well, the thing is, Sheila, sometimes she's okay. Sometimes she's okay. Sometimes we can laugh or what have you. And I want to share my best advice on moving away from toxic relationships based in three areas. Number one, the psychology of human beings. Number two, I'm going to come at it from the spiritual perspective. And then thirdly, I'm just going to come at it from a practical perspective. So relationships come in all shapes and sizes. There's some people who are closer to us than others. Some we enjoy more than others. And some are also more toxic than others. People are always going to come packaged with issues and problems. I'm not a perfect person. It doesn't matter that I do this work. I still have my struggles, and there's still things that I work on daily, issues that I'm smoothing out. That's one thing. Just people perfecting for God and getting through their stuff. That's one thing. I think everyone would do well to have more compassion with people's, eccentricities or personality quirks. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about coming to discover that a person is willfully doing things to hurt you and to undermine you or to give you a lesson or slap you down, however you want to phrase it. That's what I'm referring to here. That's not a personality quirk. That is a thread of degradation. Some may use the word evil, take your choice. And I just don't feel that in a healthy relationship, there's any room for that, because the problem with that is someone who's okay sometimes and who's undercutting you another time. The problem with that is it's unstable, it's unpredictable, and you never know when they're going to undercut you with a statement or with a behavior or with a gesture that could really make a devastating impact with you emotionally, spiritually, financially, what have you. So for me, this is where I draw the line and say, you know what, I've put it together. I've observed that you're working on something, a different vibration than me. This is not something you need to declare to someone. You just make these determinations in your mind, pray over it, and start moving away from the toxic relationship. Here's the mistake that people make. You don't have to move away from a toxic relationship in a harsh way. People feel like they need to make degradation, they need to make declarations, or they need to be mean or rude. You don't need to do that. I'm going to give you just a surefire, it's smooth as silk. It's as smooth as silk strategy to just back away from it. And it's going to sound like, well, what are you saying, Sheila? I really can't do that. Yes, you can. What I want you to do is it's just like you're backing up. It's like you're backing up slowly. What you do is extract, you take out all intellectual and all emotional energy as well as spiritual energy out of the relationship. You simply stop doing things with them. You simply stop returning the call. There will likely be questions. Is everything okay? Everything is fine. Everything is fine on my end. I just have things going on. Have a lot going on in my life. Now, that's not a lie. You do have a lot going on in your life, a lot going on that doesn't involve them. Smart people will take the clue and just simply back off. Those that are not wise, they'll keep pushing the issue. What's going on? I feel like there's an issue here. And that's another thing that bothers me. A lot of times people will kind of throw these daggers, and their counterparts, whether it's a friendship, romantic relationship, hit a smart rock and back away from them. Then all of a sudden they play the dummy role. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's going on. I'm a firm believer. I've always tried to just, smoothly back away. I don't want any issues here. I don't want any problems. However, a time or two, people have pushed the envelope and really want to get into these discussions. I do give them the benefit of a discussion if they so choose and desire to push it. I like to just be smart and take the hint. If someone doesn't want to deal with me, that's fine. You don't return 2 or 3 calls. That means you don't want to talk. But if you want to push the envelope, yes, okay. I just don't feel that this friendship or this relationship is not something I choose to continue with. And I want to tell you why. A couple times you've made this remark, you've done this. Well, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean that. You know what? I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate you following up. It doesn't change how I'm feeling at this time. I just feel that it takes a very evolved person to be honest and come clean with what they've done. And I've had to back away from toxic relationships a few times, and I've never seen these people fully acknowledge what they've done. Because honestly, if they were the kind of people that acknowledge what they've done, the relationship would stay intact. So I'm not for making dramatic displays of anything. I'm really for calm, cool, collected, and just backing off and backing away. But if they want to push it, by all means, you have every right to, in a classy, calm way, share your concerns and give them the reason. But 9 times out of 10, they know the reason. They're just posturing. I firmly believe, and I've come to deeply understand what consistent degradation, worry, stress, and concern over a relationship does to a person. It literally erodes the quality of your life, because where there are question marks, there is not a genuine, authentic enjoyment of the relationship. There's not a genuine and authentic bond. And I'm literally of the frame of mind, particularly as I'm getting older. Life is just too short. It's just too short. It's really a simple proposition. You either come and we can take this walk, even if it's just, meeting up a couple times a year for a sandwich or a snack or whatever. We can come and take these walks of life and these relationships in harmony, or we don't. You can come in respect, and I'll invite you into a certain space in my life. Keep it neat and tidy. If you mess something up, pick it up. If you break it, fix it. If you can't respect the basic rules of entry, then what the hell are we doing here? What the hell are we doing here? What's the point? What's the point? I've seen perfectly stable, mentally healthy people connect with the wrong people and spiral down the rabbit hole. Spiral down the rabbit hole. I'm here as the voice to remind you. And all you need to do, I'm grateful, keep listening to the channel. You're going to get constant reminders that you are here. You are here as a divine spark. You are here as a blessed star, comet shooting through this lifetime to be valued, to be honored, to be respected. And where that is not happening, you are not obliged to give your time, to give your heart to those people, to those circumstances. I want you to really keep that in mind. And when you identify toxicity in the relationship, you've dealt with it, maybe you've made some efforts to do a cleanup and people don't want to cooperate, it's time to get out of that situation. This has been Inspirational Shorts with Sheila. I'll connect with you soon.